Hi, and welcome back to Cheyenne Life. This is just going to be a short video. I did some harvesting this morning. I've already did one video in regards to the garden this morning, how beautiful it is, and then I went ahead and did some harvesting. Now this is the dill that I had harvested a few days ago, and I'm still drying it. I'm basically just turning it over each day. It's just about ready to be put in container because right now it is about mostly dry, but we've still got a little bit of a ways to go on that. I went ahead and harvested some of my mint this morning. I haven't really cut my mint so far this year just because I loved how pretty it is, and when you cut it on mint, sometimes it has a tendency to get straggly. So I have just went ahead and just barely trimmed some of the tops on one of my mint plants. So went ahead and did that. We're going to have it drying here in one of my flat boxes. And I did go ahead and harvest as well some lemon balm yesterday, and I have started drying my lemon balm. I did harvest it back quite a bit, cut it back quite a bit. So I'm going to have that drying. This is going to be for teas and medicine and stuff like that. That's what lemon balm is for. You can also substitute it for things that you want to have to taste like lemon, but I haven't really done that because I always keep lemon on hand. So I use the lemon balm for teas and things and medicine. And I also did a harvest this morning of some of my French breakfast radishes. I decided that they looked like they were pretty well on their way, and I was correct. Got some quite nice sized radishes here. Some of them are really, really large, like this one right here. Look at that. Look at the size of that radish. Just gorgeous. I haven't even cleaned them off yet. I just brought them in the door and I was like, you know what? I need to show everybody these radishes. And I've had a tough time growing radishes this year, as you know. I've done a few videos and they just haven't made heads. Some of them are a little bit smaller. I wish I hadn't pulled, but once you pull them, it's too late. But look at that one. Just absolutely beautiful radish. So now they have started really producing. So I went ahead and just kept on planting more and more radishes, even though it is hot right now. Surprisingly enough, they tell you not to plant radishes and things when it's really hot, or beets. But mine are doing fantastic. And I guess it's just because the climate here is so much cooler than probably the rest of the country. I know back in East Tennessee right now, it's probably in the 90s with the same amount of humidity, but because East Tennessee is originally where I'm from, but here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we have hardly very much humidity, and the temperatures have been in the upper 80s and 90s, with usually them being in the mid to upper 70s and low 80s. So melons have really suffered this year, same as it was last year. I really haven't gotten a good sized melon here since I've been here. We did have a couple of watermelons last season, but they were just really, really small. But my daughter ate them. She thought they were great. However, we haven't really had any cantaloupe since I've moved here or anything like that, and I've been here now for six years. So anyway, did harvest a couple of the green onions, just absolutely gorgeous. That one had actually started growing a second onion, and did some of the chives. These are both they drain energy from the plants into producing the fruit. So you want to trim everything off that is not going to produce any tomatoes. It's just a limb on the tomato plant. So I did that, took all of those off, and trimmed some of my squash leaves, the ones that had some damage on them from the tomato flea beetles that I've been battling for the last few days. I think I've got them killed out, under control, because I haven't seen any more in the last 2 days. So that's a good thing. And Everything's looking amazing in the garden, as you saw earlier in the other video. But that's a little bit of the harvest that's going on right now that I'm drying. And of course, going to wash these up and put those in the fridge and then dry the chives. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to see notices on new videos as they come out. And we will see you in the next one.